spend it free. Make my money and I spend it free. And the Charleston girls are the ones who'll be all the way with the Charleston girls, all the way with the Charleston girls, all the way with the Charleston girls. Charleston girls are the ones who'll be.
Great stuff. Live in studio on 90.3 The Rock. That is the Fox Hunt. And on UTTV, The Rock Unplugged. These guys coming in from West Virginia, and it's always a hoot having them in the area and having them to play live. One of the things I was going to ask about, guys, with you guys, with what you're doing, with the 2 records coming out, and then the 7-inch and the vinyl LP, it's all very much, I think, a DIY approach. And it's pretty neat, and you can tell me if you agree, and it's something that probably you guys grew up, listening to. I mean, or at least some of you, maybe, I don't know, but listen to a lot of punk rock, and there's a lot of, there's this bridge there between old-time bluegrass, it seems, and the younger folks who play it, and punk rock that a lot of us grew up listening to a lot of punk, and then as we grow, it kind of goes into, it seems like more often than not, folks kind of going back to playing traditional music and even doing what you guys are doing with the bluegrass and the old-time sound. And then, like I said, the whole DIY approach to putting your records out and doing the vinyl thing, which, of course, was, after singles were kind of cut out from radio and all, pretty much punk rock and indie rock were the only ones putting vinyl out, except for 12 inches in dance clubs and stuff. I mean, do you guys see that parallel? And is that something where in your background? You grew up listening to some of that, too, and now it's kind of moved on to this type thing.
Yeah, we definitely all listen to a lot of punk rock and kind of more indie music, and a lot of the older stuff, kind of like, we've kind of been going through a lot of Mudhoney and the Melvins and stuff like that right now in the van. And I know we listen to a lot of hardcore in the van.
Oh, yeah.
So coming from a fiddle fest, the last thing in the world you want to hear is fiddle music after playing for a week. So there's a lot of that goes around. And I know when I think about a lot of the things that I try to present when I'm doing a recording or thinking about putting out a record, and I think all of us, comes from kind of what Dinosaur Jr. and the Minutemen and bands like that kind of paved the way for, Husker Du and stuff like that. So we think about that a lot. But one thing that is really important for us is to present the traditional music the way it was.
With respect,
we don't really, it doesn't cross into the music.
Mm-hmm.
All the marketing, all the aesthetic and all that stuff and all the ethics and all those things kind of come from our passion for what's happened before. And I think that what happened before punk rock and what happened in the old time was just people playing music for the music.
Right.
And I think that's something that really translated into early punk rock and hardcore and stuff like that. And the other thing, another idea that I think is really integral to all these things is participation.
Yeah.
And I think that old-time music, you do square dances, you play an instrument, you encourage people to sing and play with you. And
contests. And
contests and all
absolutely.
that. And it's just all about, to get into this music, you really need to participate. And we try to, we've had various different grants and scholarships and studied with people and things like that. And so it's really important to us to respect the old music and to have a source and not to punk out the music per se, but
absolutely.
But the approach, it's punk enough on its own.
A real organic energy to it and an honesty, that just will never leave the music. And if you can bring that honesty and that respect and that energy to the stage every night or even to the recording studio, then more power to you. But it just seems like there's that link there, you know. I worked years ago with Bad Livers a lot, the guys out of Austin, Texas. And, man, if there was ever a band that kind of brought both those worlds together, it was probably those guys. And
we missed. I heard they played at Blue Plate this afternoon.
Yeah, Danny, I think, was in town. And always Danny Barnes, always great,
I woke up at like 10 after 12 and thought, well,
that doesn't surprise me, considering who you're hanging out with. So. Glad you woke up at all, actually.
Yeah.
Again, it's the Fox Hunt live in the studio and on UTTV, The Rock Unplugged. Before we get one more out of you and get you out of here, when can we expect those new records to come out? Do you guys have any sort of estimated time of arrivals on those yet?
Well, we just finished the liner notes for the old time and getting it all set up. We have a friend that's an artist up in Brooklyn as well, and he's from Martinsburg, and he's up there. So he's finishing up the art, and tentatively we're trying to get that one out in January.
Cool. Very cool.
And the next one we're going to wait a little while, and sit on it and get it right, get the mix down, and get everything kind of set up. So maybe April or May, something like that.
Great, man. Well, just in time for festival season to crank up.
Yeah, we're trying to get it down before we start touring hard.
Sure, man. Well, get it to us. We're going to play it, man. Absolutely.
Great.
It's the Fox Hunt live on 90.3 The Rock, UTTV, The Rock Unplugged, again playing Sassy Ends this evening for New Fridays. Atlanta Fuga going to be opening up. You guys got one more in you before we get you out of here?
Yeah, we got one here at John's, and I'm going to let him say a little something about it before we get it going.
All right, John, what you got, brother?
Well, like Ben was saying and you were saying, we do come to Knoxville a good bit, and this is one that I kind of wrote about a particular Knoxville experience. I wasn't sure if it was going to be tacky or not to talk about the town that I'm in on the radio, and it might be, but I'm going to go ahead and try it anyway.
Oh, nothing personal, man. We like it, man. No problem. It's the Fox Hunt live on 90.3 The Rock, UTTV, The Rock Unplugged. Let it go, boys.
I spend these nights away from home, wandering these streets. Same old smoky taverns, to the same old hardwood floors. Somewhere in there I call, but you don't answer anymore. Dangerous, they all got fire in their hearts. Yeah, they'll give a good man loving, or they'll tear that man apart. And I'm out here singing songs about you trying to get by. But there ain't a single one of them that makes me feel alright. It's lonelier than hell down here in Knoxville. After all the bar rooms have shut down, the only sounds I hear tonight are the buzzing from these old street lights and a gang of dogs barking on the other side of town. Songs are done and the stuff's back in the van. It doesn't matter who I'm with, and it don't matter where I am. Your memories beside me, every corner, every bar stool, and every cloud of smoke I exhale in the face of every fool. So it's lonelier than hell down here in Knoxville. After all the bar rooms have shut down, the only sounds I hear tonight are the buzzing from these old street lights and a gang of dogs barking on the other side of town.
nothing personal there at all, buddy. It's all about true life, man. True life. The Fox Hunt live on 90.3 The Rock and UTTV, The Rock Unplugged. Great stuff, fellas. Great stuff. Forward to the release of the record and the other CD in the spring, and then the vinyl as well. And like I said, send them our way. You know we're going to play them as well.
Great.
So, guys, be easy on the road. Keep playing that great music, and enjoy yourself tonight, Sassy Hands. You got it, man. Great stuff right there, folks. Always good to have those guys. The Fox Hunt. Get out and see them tonight.
There ain't too much that you can do when you love someone that don't love you. Troublemaking woman's only gonna let you down.